Go ahead and call this meeting in order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Merriman. Here. Mr. Mattern.
Here.
Dr. Scarpone.
Present.
Fiscal officer is absent. Solicitor, Mr. Lynn.
Present.
Mayor Mike Petrola.
Present.
Administrator, Mr. Kasegi.
Present.
Mr. DeStefano.
Here.
Mr. Spence, here. Mrs. Dameron.
Here.
Will everyone please stand for a moment of silence in the pledge? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a motion to appoint Randy Spence as administrator and/or clerk for this meeting?
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Council, we need a motion to approve our minutes from our last council meeting, January 6, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
All right. Is there anyone wishing to appear before council this evening? All right, moving along, I will turn it over to our solicitor, Mr. Lynn, for our ordinances and resolutions.
Thank you. Ordinance number 2026-01, an ordinance amending section 151.02 employee provisions of the codified ordinances of the Village of Wintersville, Ohio, which addresses longevity bonuses for village employees and declaring an emergency.
Motion to suspend the rules on 2026-01.
Second. Mr. Merriman.
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Motion to approve ordinance 2026-01.
Second. Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Next is ordinance number 2026-02, a resolution authorizing the public entities pool to purchase and use employee dishonesty and faithful performance of duty policy through the public entities pool of Ohio and declaring an emergency.
Motion to suspend the rules on ordinance 2026-02.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Motion to approve ordinance 2026-02.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
All right, thank you. Moving along, there are no announcements. Moving along, reports and communications. Mr. Locker is not here. Charlene?
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'll start off with Still Valley remains on the waiting list for electronic fare boxes. Easy Fare may longer be feasible due to costs. Mr. Turner and Ms. Stinger continue to explore more cost-effective alternatives. Okay. Training for the new dispatch software is ongoing. Okay, Go Bus Memorandum of Understanding. The Memorandum of Understanding has been signed. Although dates have not been provided, Still Valley anticipates becoming a stop in the early spring. the bike rack policy. Still Valley staff is preparing the policy for public release. Still Valley will request that easy to use post a how to use the bike rack video on the Still Valley website. Disposal of buses 38 and 40. Mr. Turner presented bus 38 and 40 for disposal through a scrap bid. Both vehicles meet the FTA useful life requirements for 7 years. Both vehicles have bad engines and were put into service since 2015. Okay, that's my report.
Thank you.
Ms. Charlene.
Thank you, Charlene. All right, moving on to the mayor's report. Reminder that the village offices will be closed on Monday, January 19th for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This does not impact anyone's trash. Council will be having a finance meeting Monday, January 6th, or January 26th at 6 p.m. My report and Jesse's report is somewhat a little bit combined. Jesse was just nice enough to actually write it down for you guys. So we had a meeting with Quixel, a little update on the Wintersville-Steubenville Pump House project. We have the timeline up to date for everyone. The design completion will be March 30th. Anticipated bidding schedule will be April 1st till June 30th. This is a delay due to submitting all the documents for the EPA for the final approval. Obviously, we know we're getting the funding approved, so. And anticipation construction will start July 1st, 2026 and run through April 1st of 2027. Anybody got any questions on that? All right. Cadiz Road project update. Design completion will be April 30th, 2026. Tentative bidding will go out May 1st to July 31st. Tentative construction will start August 1st of 2026 and run through August 1st of 2027. The design completion, I believe the only design we're waiting on is the water line, correct? The road part is already done. Any questions on those?
No, I'm glad we have dates because people ask about it all the
Yes,
time.
we will. I will get this out to the
It's like the number
public
one
probably tomorrow as well, so everyone will get, I'm going to put that out on the internet for everyone. That is all I have. I will turn it over to Jesse. He can finish off the other half of this.
Thank you, Mayor. With the mayor's state of the Wintersville-Steubenville Pump House project, like I said, that'll be a total of $868,000 and some cents. That's going to be really nice when it gets done. As you said, on the Cadiz Road project, on top of the $125,000 grant that we got that will offset our local share, which is great. That's great news. All right, one of the main things I wanted to talk about was, I'll get to the fiscal officer in a minute. So, as you know, we have a sprinkler system and suppression system in this village, the village building. So I reached out to two companies to have them come give me a quote. Only one responded to me, and that was CentOS Fire Division. So they came in this past week, or actually last week, and went through the inspection. They were here for about 2 or 3 hours and came up with that. We have no record of the last time it was checked. I have the manual of what we have that was installed back in 97, 98. So we need a 5-year internal inspection, replace 2 outdated gauges, perform a 5-year hydrostatic inspection. There's some missing signage. The total cost for the inspection and the upgrades is $7,361.60. So I asked Melanie if she could appropriate those funds. It's kind of a dire need. We do need that.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So I will wait for her okay on that. I wanted to let you know if you guys were okay with that. Like I said, we are out of code on that, but we are somewhat back in code right now because they did their inspection and got things where they need to be. On top of that, I had them do the fire extinguisher checks in the village. That's the street department, sanitation, water, sewer, police department, and up here. So now every cruiser, every village vehicle has a fire extinguisher in it. We're up to code. The commercial vehicles, the Packards, the plow trucks, the excavators, and the backhoes all have it. We have everything where it needs to be in every part of the village. Extinguishers in the hallways where they're supposed to be. We are 100% up to code. So I reached out to our insurance company and told McBain that I would send that over to him. So he has that, which he greatly appreciated. So I feel a lot more at ease with that being done. If you flip over the Cadiz Road sidewalk project, it was really there was an update this week as well. When things get ready to go, the construction will start June 1st of 2026 and should end by 8/31 of 26. So it'll be done by the end of when school starts at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year. And as well as the Cadiz Road project, that will also include updated school zone signs and signage and everything. It'll be all up to state spec on that as well. So we'll have more information as that comes down. Second, the fiscal officer position. So the candidate that I ran a background check on, Trish Profit, came back 100%. I did email you guys that. Absolutely 100% impeccable background check. Credit check was good. Like I said, she worked 20 years up in Pittsburgh, and her job was outsourced, and she's got 20 years accounting experience, got a bachelor's in business administration. She was here and sat with Melanie for about half the day one day just to take, see if there's something she'd want to do, and she does. And she wants to work here. We just got to come up with a salary for her and go from there.
I think that's going to be part of the finance meeting.
Yes.
Yes. That's all. Oh, and also the online payment for water, we released it this week. It's a company called Doxo. A lot of people might be familiar with it. They do AEP, Columbia Gas. They are in charge of, they oversee all that. They'll do third-party billing. I think it's 100, or I think it's like 20, 30,000 different companies that they do, insurance, cable, and all that. So the big selling point with us, with Doxo, was free e-checks. So if you send an e-check, there's no cost. It doesn't cost you anything. If you call the 1-800 number that they provide, the number's free, the e-check is free. Yes, the credit cards, there is credit card fees. For the people that don't understand that, everybody charges fees. We don't, it's the company. So, but the selling point was it's free e-check, or if you want to come in and pay for it or whatever. We'll have flyers. We'll start pushing those out. QR codes, it's very simple. I paid my bill this week. A couple minutes, it was done. And so you just got to follow along. And, like I said, it's pretty easy. And it's on our website as of now. Captain Fabian put it on. It's ready to go. As of today, we've already had 5 people use it. So it's slowly getting out there. The goal is to do online pay. That's less people have to call in, less people have to come in. The convenience of making a payment anytime that they want to. And another good thing is, which the girls asked, was if somebody wants to pass a bad check, it won't happen. It will automatically check if that check is no good. So it will stop it right then and there. So which is nice. So when you pay your bill, you pay your whole bill and you're done. It gives you a paper trail and you're done. Easy peasy. That's all I have. Anybody got any questions?
I got a couple. Looking forward to that check thing, where you could transfer. I've been doing some things wrapping up on my mother, and I can't remember the last time I wrote out a check. I mean, it's just been brutal. I actually wrote out a check for $1,200 and they deposited for $12. So there's a little mix up with my mother's house mortgage up in Kent. Looking forward to that. Is the CentOS group, fire group out of Bridgeville, PA?
Yeah, they're
Molly? Do you know is there a girl's name that came on down?
Hope Marling.
Hope.
Yep.
Can you tell me how that developed? Because she actually stopped by our facility and asked about ours. Just tell me how it goes.
Oh, okay.
As this progresses. How
Yeah,
this-
yeah,
what them-
yeah. She's been, like I said, she's been great. They were here yesterday. They spent 8 hours here yesterday.
Really?
Going through everything except for that fire hydrant or extinguisher that the chief says, hey, we got it right there where Bob is. I didn't even know we had one over there. It's been there. I just learned that today.
Yeah.
So they're going to replace that. They replaced every hydrant, extinguisher, the exit signs. We're only missing 3 in the village. He gave me a site to order them. He'll put them up. He wasn't even going to charge us for it. Sewer is up now. The sewer department in the blower room needs a CO2 extinguisher, which is a special extinguisher. And then our fuel pump needs a high flow extinguisher, which he has to. But everything was taken. Every car in this village, every piece of thing with 4 wheels on it or whatever has an extinguisher on it. And it's a 1 year. They come. You swap them out every year, or they'll check every year. If we use them, we call. We set them out. They'll replace them. Like I said, and the price was not that bad either.
She knocked on our door a couple weeks ago, and I'm just interested in how it goes.
Yes.
Have you heard anything about the state starting to get ready to release monies from the dispensaries at all?
Yes, they've already started. We are currently checking it every day. We have not got ours yet.
I was hearing that part of the holdup is they got to audit. Okay, you got to audit how much money they got, and then they got to figure out a distribution channel and audit that distribution channel. So I think they're getting close. I heard March is when it may be coming along. That's just what I heard. I'm not. If you can maybe reach out and give us an update the next time, or at the final.
Yeah, some have already gotten them, so I don't know how they got them sooner, but hypothetically, we weren't actually supposed to see any of it till probably April with the timeline that he technically signed the bill. But yeah, some places have received money already.
Do you know what our tab is? Or?
I do not. It's going to be a nice surprise for everyone.
It is. It is. Okay, thanks. Keep up the good work on that.
Sir.
On that suppression system from CentOS, is that 7361 every 5 years, or because it was noted 5-year internal inspection, perform 5-year hydrostatic?
Well, that 7,000 was compounded over 20-some years of not. If we do our inspection, I think it's like maybe $2,000, like every 5 years. That's just because there was a lot of broken pieces. It won't be
It won't be that next year,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
in the next 5 years?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Jesse. Moving on. Unfinished business.
There's a request, an executive session to discuss pending litigation. Invite the mayor and
Administrator.
administrator.
I'll make a motion to go into an executive session offering the mayor and administrator
Second.
for pending, is it pending litigation?
litigation.
Pending litigation.
Second. Mr. Merriman.
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano. Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Damerman.
Yay. I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano. Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Damerman.
Yay.
All right. Thank you, Jake. That was always fun. Moving on to more unfinished business. Anybody got anything?
Yeah, I got a few things
Unfinished or new business?
unfinished.
All right.
Did we sell any of the vehicles that we put up for bid last year yet? Or Where do we stand with those?
We sold the generator. Guy picked it up on Tuesday. Sold it for $1,576, some change. I talked with Jason today. I said, let me know what you want to do with the 3 cruisers. And then, if we need to take some of like the police decals that say police on it or whatever. I says they're ready to go. They got the ordinance and everything. The tractor, I am trying to find the title for that small Kubota, or the bill of sale on it. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. Not that it's the most important thing. It's a small tractor, but I was trying to find that. That's what's holding me up on listing that, because I want to have all that documents, because people will ask questions on it, and we'll make sure that I'm legal. The third plow truck, we're keeping that right now. As of right now, we're keeping it. It's being used, so we're holding off on that. We got to do the asphalt machine. We're going to sell that. I don't know if I did an ordinance on that or not, or put
I
that.
don't think so.
I can't remember, but yeah, the 3 cars are the next ones to go. Whenever Jason is ready, I'm going to put them on the site and get them sold.
Do we still insure them while they're waiting to be sold?
No, those are. When I told the insurance company, I said, we have 3 vehicles that are getting ready to be sold. They are not in use. They're like, okay, no problem. He says, they don't need to be insured. I was like, okay, fine.
And what point in time do we just say, if they're not going to sell, we scrap them? I mean, do we have a?
No, anytime that you want. I'm ready to put them on now. Like, I'm ready to go as is, even if they don't run, whatever. Just as is. Here's the cars. Let's go. Some police department's going to be able to use it for some of the equipment. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. They'll be out of here.
Okay. Where do we stand on? I believe it was right after Christmas. We had the problem with the JB Green Team receptacles. They were being overflowed, and it was all muddy back in there. And we talked about getting a lot improved by JB Green Team.
So we'll move forward with an agreement with them. We did this as a test, like a probationary thing, to see how it worked. It seems to work fine. She's going to get with their attorney and come up with an agreement to who will be responsible for what. And then, because I told her, JB, I told them, I says, we need to put fence eventually down in the water department. I said that should be a fenced-in area. I says, if you're going to be here long-term, we'll kind of just go off of you, but you can use whatever you need up there to, and then we'll kind of go around. Because we also have to do some paving updates going down to the water department. It's getting pretty bad too, but whatever they do, we'll kind of go off of them. But it's going to be agreement of, we'll provide, like salt and stuff like that. They'll do the fence, they'll do the pave, we'll provide the electric, they'll do the lighting and the cameras or whatever. However they decide to do it, they'll have their agreement, and then it'll be all up to us to say, okay, yes or no or whatever. And then,
So that's in the process then?
absolutely.
Okay. Thanks for getting them street signs fixed. Every once in a while I'll see one. Do we have any kind of work orders? Say if anybody goes around the village and they need something filled, something fixed, can we grab like a work order if you're not there and give it to someone, or?
Connect team.
So yeah, we have the Connect team. Now the iWork program that I've been working with for the past year, which I'd like to get, I'll talk to you in the finance meeting. I need your approval for that, because that's about $8,000. But anyways, you can do street signs, pavement, work orders. You could do street water, sewer, building work orders and stuff like that. There's different things that you can do with that program to, like, hey, listen, we need this or whatever. But just get on Connect Team. If there's something you need, just say, hey, listen, hey, this is what's going on. I've noticed this or whatever, and it'll get done.
Right.
I got the guys starting to use. We kind of went away from it. We were just doing group text. I'm like, let's get on Connect Team, that way everybody's accountable. Everybody. Well, I didn't get that. I didn't get that message. Yes, you did. Your little bubble's right there. So we're all on it. That way everybody's accountable.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, moving on to new business.
Just a quick question. Have any of the veterans banners been turned into the village?
There's a ton in the water office. Yeah. Water office, I think the police department has a couple as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? All right. No one's got anything. No bills. We'll have bills at the next meeting.
Yeah, she didn't have, first of the year, we had that 2-week shutdown. There was no bills, so there's nothing really there produced, so she'll give it to us next time.
All right. Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
This meeting is adjourned. Our next council meeting will be Thursday, February 5th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Thank you.